All right, so this is at the very back of the book of Enoch here. So he is not human, but resembling the offspring of the angels of heaven. All right, now we just told you what those angels of heaven were, that they are the descendants of the fallen sons of God from Genesis 6. So we see here that Noah, which, if you follow the flood account, which, my friend, there's a whole gigantic video series that we could do about that flood account that would really open your eyes and let you know what's really going on there also, okay? But nonetheless, Noah was a real person. And yes, Noah did build a boat. And yes, Noah put some animals on it. There's no doubt about it, okay? But what we're talking about here in concerns of the book of Enoch in relation to the birth of Noah, we find out that he has a symbolized connection to the origin or his ancestors being demigods. In other words, the descendants from the fallen sons of God of Genesis 6. And that's what you're seeing, and that's what they're saying. So we saw that the Hebrew scribes, the ones who recorded Genesis in this scenario, they took Enoch and tried to compile him into another lineage to hide his identity. By hiding his identity, they hide their own identity, because by the lineage we see that as we come on down to Lamech, we see that we get Noah. Well, the flood story, Noah survives the flood. Well, in giving us Noah and the flood and his three sons from that point on, we get the Jewish lineage. So Noah still connects them, flood or not, still connects them to the fallen sons of God of Genesis 6. Now let's think about what you know about Jews and what's happened to them. They got this symbol, okay? They got a symbol which you know of as the Star of David, right? And we're talking about what the symbolism for Jewish people is, right? Now, this Star of David really is as above, so too below. And that's exactly what we've got. We've got the superimposed triangles of as above, so too below, related within their symbol. Now, why is that important? Well, as above is the fallen sons of God who come down and take unto themselves the daughters of men, so below. And that's exactly why they're given this symbol. And it's considered as the mark of Cain. And it's going to be considered that by me. This is the true mark of Cain, of which you see even Hitler goes to eventually give them, to signify them as being in relation to these fallen sons of God of Genesis 6. Remember, I told you he goes and starts looking for the identity of a race of super people who go under the earth. And he goes as far to all the way to Tibet to find it out. During his search, he begins to find some things that in his mind are exposed in this house of Israel for something that he plans on ridding the world of. And of course, he is being motivated by somebody that is underneath the earth that is hoping to have their identities covered up by what this man is going to do by establishing them as the mark of Cain. When in reality, the mark of Cain is really underneath the earth. And that the ones that receive the mark of Cain really don't have anything to do with being Jews, other than, unfortunately, the Holocaust, and that they carry the designation of occupying those lands at that time. And everybody knows that their descendants and even their ancestors of the people that are in occupation of those lands really are not what we call Jews. That there's a very small amount of Jewish blood that is occupying those lands. But does it make those people any less of a spiritual Jew? Nope, it sure doesn't. They can be whatever they like to be. But the point is, we're talking history.